whole chicken today. I'm Katie Kimball from kitchenstewardship.com, and I'm all about saving money and saving time in the kitchen and doing the techniques that make a big impact. Whole chickens are so inexpensive, and even better yet, there's bones in there to make bone broth with. So why make bone broth? Tons of health benefits. Gelatin and collagen, you've probably heard of those things. They come from bones of animals, and they help improve your own joint and skin health, hair, and nails. Super cool. Bone broth may boost immunity. It may help aid digestion. It improves your own bone health. Super budget friendly. And also it's called a protein sparer. So when you consume a little bit of meat or protein with bone broth, it actually helps your body use that protein more efficiently. Again, saving you money because you can use less meat. So how are we going to make bone broth? First of all, any way you cook your chicken is fine. You want a slow cooker, you want to roast it, you want to cut this baby up and grill it in pieces. You want to buy a Costco rotisserie chicken if that's all you can do today. All those bones are awesome and have gelatin and collagen. Better if the animal has eaten better and, lived outside, but bones are bones. They're going to get good stuff coming out of them. We're going to put those bones in an Instant Pot, a crock pot, a stock pot, whatever. Cover them with lots and lots of water, like at least a gallon for a whole bird, and cook that for 4 to 24 hours. During the last 1 to 2 hours, you're going to add a whole bunch of free garbage. Onion skins, carrot ends, celery ends and pieces and leaves, garlic skins, basically stuff you'd throw away, so it costs $0, as basically the bones cost $0. So this is a pretty frugal, inexpensive habit to have. All those vegetables are going to add extra flavor, and you can even throw in a strip of seaweed if you want for a little bit of additional flavor and mineral ions imparted. Then you strain all that junk out and you have beautiful broth. Very important to add 1 teaspoon of natural sea salt for every 4 cups of chicken broth. So if you taste that chicken broth right away, you're going to think, Katie is ridiculous and insane and crazy. This tastes terrible. You gotta have the salt. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's still less than processed foods, okay? Trust me on this one. Now, if you have maybe cooked your chicken in that chicken stock, we're gonna pick the chicken. I love to be listening to a podcast or watching a show or chatting with a family member while I'm doing this, because it's usually about a 10-minute process, and you can really train your fingers, I think, to feel what is, what my dad used to call grizzle, what is fat and skin and inedible, and then what is just edible meat. And you just can kind of go by feel and sort that out really quickly, throw away the junk, save the bones, obviously, even if you've already made a batch of chicken stock, and then you have a bunch of shredded meat that you can use in soups and casseroles and all sorts of applications. The best and most frugal news is that you can make 3 batches of broth from 1 chicken. So keep reusing those bones. The 3rd batch will be, a little bit less flavorful. So you might not want to use it for a clear broth soup, but for something like a creamy soup, a blended soup, or for cooking rice, it's perfect. And there are still health benefits in there. So we've talked a lot about saving money. Let's talk a little bit about saving time at dinner. I'm a huge fan of batch prep, but I don't do it like most people do. A lot of people talk about, prep all your veggies on Sunday, just take 2 or 3 hours and prep it all. But honestly, for me, I would get tired of managing all of the containers in my fridge. So that's not how I do it. I think of batch prep as if I'm gonna cook once, I'm gonna figure out how to double something so that it can last for 2 meals. For example, when I cook dry beans, I always make a huge batch, and I'm either gonna use them in 2 different meals or appetizers, like hummus, for example, that week, or freeze some, and then I have, quick and easy home-cooked beans for another time. When I cook rice, I almost always cook at least double what I need. And again, I'll either use it in 2 meals spaced 2 or 3 days apart, or that's an easy breakfast, because we like to make rice pudding. And so when I have leftover rice pudding's really quick in the morning. If I'm gonna roast vegetables, I'm gonna try to roast a lot, so that I can have leftover veggies for other dinners, for lunches, and for breakfasts mixed into eggs. Again, if I'm making soup, I'm gonna double that soup. And that's where this broth is amazing for thinking about batch cooking, because when you're making 3 batches of broth from 1 chicken, you have a ton in your fridge. And for me, that encourages me to make great big pots of soup, which means we have easy, healthy leftovers. I can freeze some for, a week when I'm really busy. And it's just a great way to make sure you're getting that nutrition. Now, my family even eats soup all summer long. We have some favorite summer, just like really like light, veggie-laden soups, or sometimes it's all about the dipper, like a grilled cheese with fresh tomatoes, mozzarella, and fresh basil, the kind of things you can only make in the summer. Again, we just really don't mind soup all summer long, and I know that that nourishing broth is so frugal and so healthy for my family, so I'm all about continuing that habit all throughout the year. You'll see on the meal plan that we do use that broth a couple times, and one time we do like a lentils and rice dish, so that's a way to use broth and not have to have soup if you're not a soup in the summer kind of person. So as you think about cooking from scratch, you can implement really simple habits to save money and to save time and to really boost your family's nutrition just by taking these kind of baby steps in the kitchen. So I hope this was really helpful, and I'm excited to see what you enjoy about the meal plan this week. I'm Katie Kimball from Chicken. No, I'm not from Chicken.